Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Orlando, Florida for continuing coverage of the 2024 U.S. Amateur Championship presented by the APA. Our coverage brought to you by our friends at pooldog.com. I'm your host, Jason Bowman, and I am joined by Double J, Jeremy Jones. Jeremy, what began with 41 players is now down to the final two, competing for the coveted title of Women's U.S. Amateur Champion.
Yeah, and I believe we'll have a new champion, Amy trying to go one step further than she did previously, and a new start here at the U.S. Amateur Championships, making the final with Kindra. Pretty impressive stuff.
Yeah, so let's take a quick look at the format for the U.S. Amateur Championship final match in the women's division. This final match is now basically single elimination extended race to 9. They'll play 6 games of 8-ball and up to 11 games of 9-ball. The winner of the lag can opt to choose either the format or take the break. And our championship match here is going to feature Amy Theriault of Sandusky, Ohio. And she's going to be taking on newcomer Kindra Prestegard of Northfield, Minnesota. Now, I think the ladies are ready to get things started. Let's take you down to the pit for the final match in this year's Women's U.S. Amateur Championship. Handshake between the players here. Amy on the left, Kindra on the right. Amy, a former runner-up in the U.S. Amateur Championship 2017. Kindra has made it to the championship match in her first U.S. Amateur Championship appearance. Should be a great match.
Yeah, and I could hear or see that Kindra wanted to take the break, and Amy immediately said 8-ball.
No surprise there. We've yet to see a match on the streaming table start in the 9-ball set over the last 2 days, so no reason to change things now, I suppose. Mr. Jones?
No, I mean, both these ladies are where they want to be. Kindra wanted to take the break, and a no-brainer for Amy to take and choose the discipline of 8-ball. So we'll play the maximum 6 games of 8-ball since we're starting with it. Excuse me.
Yep. We've seen Amy play 2 matches here on the streaming table. Looked very good in both those matches. Played Teresa Garland earlier today. Then Gwen Sharpton in the hot seat match, winning obviously both those matches, coming into the championship undefeated. Kindra, we just saw knock off Gwen in the semifinal, and although she played well, I'm not sure we have seen Kindra's best yet, and I do believe she may have another gear. We'll see if she shows it here in the championship match. She's starting with the break in the 8-ball set.
Yeah, I talked to her father and husband on the break between the semifinal and the final, and they've just been playing big table pool for the last year or so, year and a half, and trying to get better at that part of it. It's been mainly 7-foot pool for them, but big-time pool enthusiast, all of them. Her husband's playing in the event as well.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. Well, I know she credited her dad with getting her involved in pool, so I'm sure he's a proud papa here this week in Orlando.
Yeah, he's right there on the front row, sweating every ball right there in the hat and the glasses, the orange hat.
That's Dad there?
Yeah, that's Dad. Yeah, her husband actually had to play at 4:30, so he'll be sweating it from afar. Maybe taking a bathroom break to come get a look at the score for her or his wife.
Watching the stream on his phone.
Yeah. All right, she opened with a strike. Solids have that 5-7 that's a little funny. 13's a little odd. For the stripes, I think she'll take the 9 on. I think it's going to be close to a dead heat in the 9-ball when we get there. From what I've seen, I just got to label Amy a little favorite in the 8-ball. Nice shot there. That should fall. Good
I was thinking
speed.
The 2 matches we saw Amy today, she won 5-1 and 5-0. Is that right?
May have been 5-1 on both, but yeah, they were both very convincing. Yeah. So, and she We said 5-0 with Teresa earlier, but I think it was 5-1.
Yeah, it was 5-1 in that match. I was thinking the second might have been 5-0. But, the challenge there is when you win that hot seat, then you sit for a while. Sometimes that really affects players. We'll see how it affects Amy here. She's had some time off now.
And especially if Kindra can keep her in the chair a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But Amy, to me, seems very cool, calm, collected, savvy vet. Like you said, I don't think we've seen Kindra's best pool yet here on the main table. She wanted a little more out of that. I think she needs to tear open the 13. That's why she's a little upset, a little short with the angle, kind of straight on the 10. Still has a 12 ball up the table to get at it as well. It's got to go a little bit like we talked about. Very hard to play those super containing safeties in the game of 8-ball. It's more about repositioning object balls and just making it funny for your opponent. You rarely get ball in hand, at least on a safety. Some scratches and whatnot, of course, serve up ball in hand. Now, when she drew that ball earlier, it looks like she bumped the 5-7 into a playable combination. That won't be shot now, but could be something in the future. Now, Amy's very smart. She knows the 13's locked up, and she knows her opponent has the worst of it with her having all these solids on the table. What I always equate it to in talking to people about 8-ball, you want soldiers out there. You don't want your opponent to have 6 or 7 balls and you have 1 or 2. So she didn't take on the 2 ball just because of that reason. Much easier shot in the corner than the 1 was.
Once again, this is an extended race to 9. Single elimination now.
Okay, she's going to take the 13 on up in the corner, and tell you, if she can get to the top of the 2 ball with the cue ball after contacting the 13, the cue ball should go up table somewhat. So if she makes this, she may produce something on the 12. Great effort, I know that. And there's that cue ball going up with the 13, just narrowly missing it. Long shot here. Tell you what, just kind of a sneaky straight shooter, like so savvy with the cue ball, you kind of forget how well she hits the object ball. Now no time wasted here playing what will be a lock-up safety. This one's going to be difficult to hit, whether it be the 13 or the 12. Kind of like the route she's looking at. Just one rail at the 12, maybe with somewhat of a light speed, trying to hold the cue ball on that top rail. Okay, it's all about speed control. If she hits it light, she may go long. Yeah, you see it turn over a little bit.
Oh, just missed. Ball in hand to Amy.
All right, should be the run out here. I'm surprised she's not taking care of the 4-ball. Maybe she plans on playing another safety here in a moment. One good thing you see with Amy, and maybe it's just her demeanor kind of shadows what I'm going to say, but she doesn't seem to panic, and that's an important part of winning tournaments and winning matches and just playing your best pool. Now she's going to creep up for that 4. I thought she might take that with ball in hand, and this is the reason why. Get a little funny near the cushion. It may be maybe hard to kind of stop a scratch off the 4. I don't know if she can still wait. I think she may have to attack on the 4, even though she's a little out of line. That's why I was a little shocked with ball in hand. She didn't take that 4 away. She's going to come out for the 6, then try and drop off the 6. Really good cue ball control there. Nice and tidy. Still holding the angle as well. Got to go a little bit. I'd say just enough to make it playable, but definitely not ideal. Great shot there. A lot of times she'll fire these money balls, but I don't know about here. Didn't slow roll it, Jason, that's for sure.
Well, Amy pockets that 8 in the corner, strikes first, is on the board with a 1-0 lead in this race to 9. The journey will continue here in just a moment. And welcome back to Orlando for continuing coverage of the Women's U.S. Amateur Championship. Amy Theriault leading 1-0. She is at the table with the break in this race to 9.
What she wanted there, solid break off, but dry besides the cue ball, I believe. So Kindra right back to the table after losing game 1. Talked to Amy after that win earlier in the hot seat match. Asked her about Robert Frost, if she had ever been around him. She said, "Oh, I know him. I know who he is, and love to spend some time with him if I could, but never really played much pool with him." But it's eerie how similar their styles at the table are. Robert, a great guy. Cincinnati had a stroke not long ago, recovering from that, and hopefully back on the pool table soon. All right, she's looking at the stripes, I believe. Thought maybe the solids were a little easier. Of course, she's got a game plan. Looks like the 14 to start. I guess the 10-15 lays nice for a combination. That must be the case. But the 12's odd also. That's why I was kind of leaning towards the solids a bit more, but so 10-15 shouldn't be a problem. The 9 will play up in the upper corner possibly. Still, it's going to be a little work to get on that 12. Man, smart shot there, getting on the 12. Still have issues on the 9 and the 10 a bit, though. Maybe the 9 passes the 8. That would help a ton in that lower corner. Looks like she's going to come back for the 10 now.
Amy back to the table for another opportunity after a scratch on the break in the second rack of the 8-ball set. Again, 6 racks of 8-ball before we switch to 9-ball.
Yeah, she's just got to shoot the 3 and come one rail between the 6-8. Could come a couple rails, but I just like one cushion, come up, get on the 4. And she wanted to get on the 4, I think, to get to that 5 ball as quick as possible. I think the 8 does go. Leave the 2 for last, most likely anyways. Yeah, it's going to be a pretty smart play here. 6-7, 1-4, 5-2, something like that. Again, don't be afraid to change your plan. Yeah, I like the 7 actually. I mean, I was not as awkward a cueing on the 4 as I thought. I thought she was going to be elevated over the 8. But that's the reason why a little awkward cueing made the 4 a little more missable.
That top pocket strikes again. All day we've seen players struggle to pocket the balls in that top corner.
Yeah, I think a little lighter speed might have opened it up. But yeah, it's been the toughest pocket on the table by far.
It's like a little jet stream or something running through there, blowing balls out. It's weird. That same pocket all day.
Yeah, I'm curious. Is she going to chip this ball and run the cue ball maybe? Maybe a couple rails behind the 12. Yeah, something like that. Pretty smart shot overall, really. Really good. Did leave the 2 ball, but that's no cupcake. Definitely missable. Good effort. She shoots the 12. She could come across and try and open the 8-9. From where the ball sits, it's pretty natural, I think, and I don't think it would hurt much. She skewed with outside. Ooh, a little unlucky there. Got on top of this ball and doesn't have a look at the 13 either. The 2's hanging up in the corner, so very difficult to get a safety that doesn't leave a shot. Don't know if she can go for the cut. Maybe the bank. I kind of like the bank where the 13's at. Maybe you congest that hole if you don't make it. Kind of lengthen the game a bit. Great shot. Wow. That's 2 hard luck shots in a row.
Mm-hmm.
Best shot we've seen with the bridge all week. Had to cut that, draw it with a little inside spin. Big swerve shot here around the 7. Got to give it time to take the spin, especially on the slick table. Oh, she got too much on the ball. Don't see that very often.
Ball in hand opportunity now for Amy Theriault. Leads this match at a game-0.
What's she doing here? I'm not sure what she's doing here. Man, understand the game plan if necessary, but I thought she could run all those balls, really. And you wonder sometimes, when you get in the final, is it going to make you play a little different? A little like protect too much. See that in all kinds of sports, right?
Bit, yeah.
And that ball's deep. Hard to get a lot of movement. She did real well. What a great shot.
Kindra pockets the 8 in the corner, ties this match up at a rack apiece. And she will have the break when we return here in just a moment. And welcome back to continuing coverage of the women's division of the 2024 U.S. Amateur Championship. Kindra at the table here. Strong break, but unfortunately scratches in the corner pocket.
Yeah.
She had 3 other balls down.
I think so,
2 solids and a stripe. However, Amy will have ball in hand behind the head string there.
Even with 3 balls down, a very difficult layout for either the stripes or the solids. Guess just trying to stop the cue ball there. Maybe get a peek at that 4 ball. She wants to get on the 5 pretty quickly to open up the 2, I believe, anyways.
Can definitely see the 4 ball now.
Looks like she can come 1 rail between the 7-13 and kind of get to where she can get at the 5. She'll have the 1 just in case she doesn't like it. Just kind of ease this between the balls like that. And she wants to get at this mainly because of the 2 ball. And you want to leave options here if you can. I'd like to leave options, not take the 7 away myself. Unless the 2 has a clean pocket, but if you're going into balls, right, to open up the 2, you want the 7 and the 1 there because you can't always predict what's going to happen. But it looks like what she's seeing is she can shoot the 7, the 5, bump the 11, have the 2 in that side pocket whenever the 7's gone here in a moment. So really smart player here. Sees a lot. And this doesn't need much, just a little friendly bump on the 11. She'll have the 2 for the upper corner or the side. Key to this, again, don't put too much speed. That way, if you don't contact it how you want, the cue ball doesn't drift too much on you. Okay. Maybe she didn't see that bump on the 11 I was talking about, but she's can still get position. She's going to take a nice shot with the cue ball here off the 1. Now, can she ease the 1 in enough to hold for the cut on the 2? That would be ideal and pretty stress-free. That's a great angle. It's right on the fence, really, if you can hold it or not. I think she can, though. She's kind of queuing up like she's going to move the cue ball, though. So maybe up to the top cushion and back down. Oh, this speed looks great. Looks really good. Just got past the 8, but not too much, making the 2 ball very playable.
Oh, rattled that 8.
Yeah, that same pocket.
A couple of mistakes these last 2 racks from Amy, which we did not see so much in the first couple matches. At least the matches we had a chance to watch her here on the stream. We'll see if Kindra can once again take advantage of the mistake.
Yeah, she's not left anything easy, though. I don't even know if there's much of a playable ball. Maybe the 13 in the side? I didn't think she could get at the 11. Must be playing a safety, and that's pretty difficult also. And this is going to leak out. That was always tough. So she gets a chance to make up for it. Just watch out for the cue ball going towards that left middle pocket.
Chance at redemption here. Oh for 2 on the 8 ball now.
And she's left much more of an opportunity for Kindra on that miss. Don't overthink it here. Should be the 10 and the 14 and 12, 11, 11, 12, and then the 13 last. All that space to go beyond the 12. She ended up a little shy. Could take on a thin cut in the side on the 13. That offers a lot of cue ball movement, getting back on the 12. Pretty straight on the 13 up in, we'll call it corner number X. Corner X. That's been the tough one in that upper
Corner
left.
X.
She's going to go with the bridge. She's been awesome with the bridge in this match. The 9 ball she cut in, and then the one she drew out of the pocket. It was really nice. Good effort. Speed looks good. Get her first lead in the match, is that right?
Yeah. Oh, 8-ball drops, and with that, Kindra does take her first lead of the match, 2-1. She'll have the break when we return in just a moment. See if Jonathan can make some magic happen somehow.
Oh, she made it. She made it. And there's an unbelievable chance here for a team that was downhill 0. Never over till it's over, people.
True.
What a comeback by these two. Holy moly, people.
Welcome back to Orlando, continuing coverage of the women's division of this year's U.S. Amateur Championship from the Hyatt Regency here in Orlando. Kindra Prestegard out of Minnesota, leading 2-1 in this race to 9. She has the break here. Another powerful break.
8-ball. 8-ball. Oh.
And another dry break. We've certainly seen our fair share in the 8-ball sets over the last 2 days. At least here on the streaming table. Didn't miss that 8-ball by much.
No, sure didn't. Trying to see. I think all the stripes, or excuse me, the solids do go. I think the 4 does play. It's close, but attached to the 10 near that 15 and 8. Many solids near it if you need a little bump on the ball.
opts to go with the low balls, solids.
Yeah, I wonder how good she feels about pocketing the 5. And looks like there's an alley. Oh, she's taking it in the corner. Never mind. Thought she was maybe playing it in the side. She may have fallen a little straight on the 6. She's got some angle. She can come up for the 2 for sure. And the 1, maybe even bump open the 4-10. Don't think she has to open those though. All right.
It's kind of a battle of the upper Midwest here with Amy out of Sandusky, Ohio. Kindra out of Minnesota.
Yeah, and she really hasn't ever tried to open up that 4-10, so that tells me it does go. Nah, that's not the cue ball movement she wants. Kind of punched it a bit instead of really revolving the cue ball.
Winner of this match will take home one of the more impressive trophies you'll see in the pool world. We call it a trophy. It's more like a sculpture, honestly. Very impressive piece of hardware that they take home. Of course, they also move on to compete in a pro event in 2025 and return next year to defend their title. And perhaps the biggest perk of winning is their little nameplate they get that goes on the Trophy of Champions. Every winner of this event over the years.
Yeah, I can't take that away.
Kind of carve out their legacy, so to speak. You ever picked up one of the USAM trophies?
I think the first year I worked it, I think I did.
Heavy,
that.
man.
Yeah.
I mean, you better not have your hands full. It's a 50-pound piece of marble.
Now, just like some games prior, but opposite, Kindra has all the soldiers on the table. Don't take any chance with that 8-ball near that side pocket. Yeah, just playing a bump safety, knowing that really Amy's got to produce something special to get a ball down.
Well, we got a moment. I want to make sure we give a shout out to the folks behind the scenes helping to bring you this coverage. In addition to our friends at pooldog.com, we've got our marketing team, our production team led by Kara Price, Josh Fletcher, Kristen DeShaney, Keegan Mills. Got Dalton Owenby helping us out. Of course, Mr. Jeremy Jones here.
Yeah, y'all do all the hard work, though.
And that's just the production team. It doesn't account for all the tournament folks here, the setup. And my buddy Sean Johnson does a nice job building our broadcast booth here. And
Yeah, super nice.
Bill Tufts and his team
Yeah, this takes a huge
laying
group
out the room here. Yeah.
huge group of people around the country, too, that run all those prelims and
Yeah.
everything else.
Yep.
So,
A lot of folks behind the scenes making it work.
yeah, just for these players to try and take down something special. Again, I wouldn't say totally free shot here on the 12, but I think one she's going to bury anyways. Feeling I get. Well, maybe she was playing the cue ball a little more safe, making sure of things. No reason to get in a hurry with such a big advantage.
First time we've seen Amy trail in a match, at least on the streaming tables.
Yeah, it looked like
Careful.
she caught the point on the side pocket. Cue ball changed direction big time.
Ball in hand opportunity now for Kindra. Had somebody ask about the International Open next weekend. Jeremy will be there.
Yeah.
Right? He'll be there for the 9-ball portion at least.
Yeah, I'm playing the 9-ball, actually. Believe it or not.
Breaking out the cue, dusting off the cobwebs.
Well, I got my new cue from Q-Tech.
Okay.
I can't wait. Yeah.
You got your cue. You're using your cue every day for lessons and everything.
Yeah.
Don't you? So Jeremy will be there in St. Augustine.
It's going to be a stacked field, and, you know, really Pat Fleming just does an awesome job. I don't know how he keeps at it so hard. Pat is, of course, he looks like he's about 45. I think he's more like 65 or so, but stays busy. Great guy for our sport.
Yeah. Had a chance to spend some time with him a few years back in London, the Moscone Cup.
Oh, there you go.
2018. He was compiling some stats and
Yeah.
some pretty impressive stuff.
Well, there for a minute he was back playing, Pat was, and I haven't seen his name on there the last 6 months or so, but he was playing some events. Good to hear. All right, should be something like the 11 where she's at now, the 11, 13, 14, 15. Just run them in order. Why not? I think the 11 goes easily by the 2. I thought it did anyways. Maybe just Kindra, her type of aiming, getting down on the ball low, viewing it to the pocket. Looks like she's going to come over for the 15. Doesn't want to fall straight. A little straight, but she's got options with the 13 as well.
Kindra pockets that 8 in the side, now opens up a 2-rack lead over Amy Theriault. She'll have the break once again when we return here in just a few moments.
No way. He did it. He did it. Holy smokes. What a shot.
The 2 defeats the 9. David has beaten Goliath. All right, welcome back to continuing coverage of the 2024 U.S. Amateur Championship, the women's division. Kindra Prestegard at the table once again, now leading 3 games to 1. 5th rack of the 8-ball set. See 6 racks of 8-ball before they move into the 9-ball set.
Yeah, another dry break. Been kind of crazy, really. Those were hit really well.
Yeah.
Both, I think, very runnable here. And both of them have work. Both of them have a few little issues. I wouldn't say major issues, but definitely some things you got to figure out. 2-ball seems okay for the solids. The 6, sometimes that ball that's out in the middle of the table can be a little funny once there's another ball next to it. I like to get that one out there as soon as possible. The 4 is okay. And the 8-ball's a game you got to play. I mean, if you don't play it for a little while, you can kind of lose touch with the patterns at times. Looks like she's got to work the cue ball maybe to the right of the 15. Playing the 1 up in the upper left corner. Could play just for the 6 out in the middle of the table. And then go forward for the 1 and 2 last, or 2 and 1 last. Really kind of preference here. Just make sure your speed control coming across. Looks pretty perfect. Now, I'd like to get on the 1 first myself. Only reason being is a little more angle on the 2 and a little maybe harder to work the cue ball off the 2 to the 1 versus the 1 to the 2. Now that's gone a ways. So now she may have to play the 2 in the corner. And the 1's not really an option. See a little shake of the head, speed control, got away a little bit. And now if she's drawing the ball, she could end up short here. So it's kind of like a stun draw to the rail now. She hit that pure.
Chance for a run out here, right, after the dry break?
Yeah, nice clean run out as well. She likes to fire these in, though, so watch out.
Nicely done there by Amy. Pulls within one game of Kindra, and she will have the break in the final 8-ball set when we return here in just a moment.
This one is using actually 10 balls. So what exactly is a tangent? There's, in my opinion, 3 types of bridge: the closed bridge, the open bridge, and the rail bridge. We're gonna start with the closed bridge. Now if you practice this, it's really gonna help you to go from a 2 to a 3. In this episode today, we're gonna cover how to go from a 3 to a 4. Let's get into it. The more you're gonna do it, see, as you can see, I touch sometimes a little bit of it. And 8, right? So to technically have 8 zones for 10 balls, so you have a little bit of room to spare. I really hope this was useful, and I cannot wait to see you for another video. Later, everybody.
And we're back here in Orlando, Florida, continuing coverage of the 2024 U.S. Amateur Championship. This is the final match of the women's division. This event presented by the APA, and our coverage brought to you by our good friends at pooldog.com. Amy Theriault at the table, trailing 3-2 at the break. Yet another dry break.
Yeah, that one didn't open, didn't have the connection like we've seen the past racks.
Mentioned our friends at Pool Dog. Want to make sure I give a shout out to our other sponsors. Of course, Diamond Tables and the 20-plus 9-foot diamonds they've brought in for this event. Aramith pool balls being used on all of our tables here at the U.S. Amateur Championship. And our friends at Action Cues. Appreciate all their support. And as we approach the holiday shopping season, keep the good folks at pooldog.com in mind. It's your go-to source for all those holiday gifts for the pool player in your life or pool players. Pretty fun group of people, too, those Pool Dog folks.
Yeah.
Been out to Colorado to visit with them. They always come out to our championships. Good group of people there.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what Kindra's thinking on this run out. Maybe the 11 to open some balls. She's definitely got to open the 9. The 8 needs a little open as well. shot now. Guess the 9 goes, maybe? I don't know. If it doesn't, I think she needs to shoot the 11 now. Try and open those balls up. Of course, it may not open up too friendly. It could get jammed back up because there's going to be quite a bit of speed on the cue ball if she cuts the 11. 11 is a bit thin. But I don't think you want to wait on it. Got to gamble a little bit. Oh, great shot, hitting it with a lot of control. A lot of people, when they're going into balls, they really want to put extra speed. And tell you what, that was about as good as you could hit it. All right, the 8's pretty playable. The 14's pretty open, so don't try to get perfect. I mean, you don't want to settle for something long and kind of flat, but just work the ball around the 2-3 as much as you can. Even if you have to take a little more shot on the 8, it's okay. Just get you something decent on that 14. Yeah, that'll do. Great shot there.
Great leave.
Mm-hmm.
Chance to put away this final rack of 8 balls. She does just that. Pockets the 8 in the corner. Extends her lead, and she will have the break when we return the 9-ball set in just a few moments.
I can't believe it. You did it. We're going to Vegas. Oh my.
See if Jonathan can make some magic happen somehow.
Oh, she made it. She made it. And there's an unbelievable chance here for a team that was downhill 0. Never over till it's over, people.
True.
What a comeback by these two. Holy moly, people.
And welcome back to continuing coverage of the 2024 U.S. Amateur Championship Women's Division from Orlando, Florida. Kindra back at the table, now leading 4-2. First rack of the 9-ball set. The 4-ball is down.
Not sure if she has a pocketable look at the 1. I don't think so. I think the 3's gotten just in the way. Tell you what, it was high quality 8-ball so far. There were two dry breaks, and Kindra ran 2 tables, and Amy ran 1 table off a dry break as well. Could have been some break and runs if this table wasn't so stingy on the break. So Amy will need the bridge. Try and play some safety, kind of knocking the 1 away and holding the cue ball behind the 3 will be the plan, I think.
Started with 41 players in the women's division of the U.S. Amateur Championship. These are your final 2 left standing.
I'll tell you what, she may go after the 1 here, and the 9 may get a lot of action towards this corner, this lower left corner.
That's what she's looking at.
Yeah, it sits pretty nice, especially if she hits it with a little speed. I think she could hit the 8 straight into the 9. She could hit the 8 off the 7 into the 9. I think she can go ahead and try and pocket this 1 and play the 9-ball. Just caught a little too thick. That way the cue ball hit the top of the 8.
Brings Amy back to the table.
Can't tell, does she have to swerve this a bit to get at the 1? A little light masse.
Got the 1, but it hangs up in that top corner. If you're looking to follow along on a tournament bracket, you can go to CompuSport, or you can download the CompuSport app. Give you an idea for who's in, who's out, who finished where, all that good stuff. Again, that's CompuSport. You can find a link on our Facebook page here if you scroll back. Along with dozens of photos from this year's U.S. Amateur Championship. course, the U.S. Amateur Championship is the one event produced by APA that you don't have to be an APA member to participate in. This is a non-handicapped event. You do, however, get a discount on your entry fee for being an APA member, Jeremy, in case you were wondering. And I know you were.
Yeah. I need to go back to league pool. I might have a chance. I loved it when I played league, though. I ain't gonna
Did
lie.
you?
Yeah. I really
It's
did.
good camaraderie, you know?
Yeah, just,
Socialization and...
I think for anyone, if you stay with league or if you happen to go on and play for a living, getting started in it's such a fun atmosphere.
Yeah.
It kind of takes the pressure off. You get some help from your teammates on trying to figure out how to play the game a little bit.
Well, for me, so many of us grow up playing team sports, whether it's baseball or football, basketball. And as you get older, you kind of move away from all that stuff for the most part. I mean, pool is an opportunity to continue to experience that team camaraderie, if you will.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just like anything else. Seems like you get more of a sweat when you're watching your teammates and your friends, and just like watching your kids do something. Or my wife, she used to play, and I used to get so nervous watching her play, I tell you.
How does she like you coaching her?
It comes and goes. How about that? Yeah,
Yeah,
it comes and goes. Yeah,
Probably about as well as my 8-year-old likes me coaching him in baseball.
it
You're always harder on your own than you are the others.
Yeah, and
Expectations are higher.
well, she's a very good athlete, so I'm not easy on her sometimes, I guess, or I should be easier. But she was not wanting to play there for a while, and now late she's hit a few more balls, so hopefully she'll start back playing. All right, we're a long ways from the finish line, but just being in these finals matches and, of course, playing many tournaments and watching maybe more pool than anyone, kind of feel like this is a crucial game for Amy at the moment. I don't know why.
Well, we haven't seen her trail much.
Yeah,
I mean, we've
and
seen it in this match early on, but, in the two matches we saw earlier today, she won and won handily, so you do tend to wonder when that pressure is compounded by trailing, whether they can handle that or not. So,
yeah, she's in a tough spot here. The 5 obviously not tough for her, but gaining position on the 7 to hold for the 8, that's the real issue. So she's going to have to either hit something real easy from distance on the 7 or go up and down the table, which isn't easy either. Boy, and the thing is about the easy side of them, you hate to go out and go down rolling the cue ball. That's what she did. She got her down. Not sure it's the position she exactly wanted, but she does have a look. And she doesn't mind the thin ones either. We've seen it all week, or at least for a couple days here. The ladies will cut the balls in. Yeah, just like that. Oh, beauty.
nicely done.
Watch out, cue ball. Watch out, cue ball. Just a little sweat for you pool fans.
Amy picks up an important point. She trails by 1, and she will have the break when we return in just a moment.
No way. He did it. He did it. Holy smokes. What a shot.
2 defeats the 9. David has beaten Goliath. All right, welcome back to continuing coverage of the U.S. Amateur Championship. The women's division, Amy Theriault at the table now, still trailing by 1 rack. She has the break. 1 ball down on the break, 2 balls down. Looks like she can see the 1 without a problem.
Yeah, and again,
She
she does.
pocket the 5 and the 8 there.
Excuse me, Jason. Sorry about that. I was just going to say she doesn't mind the thin cut shots. This is pretty thin. She's queuing down, so she's going to bang the 1 away, trying to hold behind the 3.
All right, Kindra back to the table. Again, this is a race to 9, extended race, single elimination here in the championship match. Amy came in undefeated. Kindra came through the 1-loss side of the bracket as she pockets that 1 in the corner.
Yeah, I think just enough. The 2 does squeeze by the 7, I believe. A little awkward queuing over the 9, but shouldn't be too much of a problem. I think she's got to dig on this a little bit. I think maybe if she rolls it, she may end up on top of the 3 ball. Makes this a little more missable. Oh, nice shot. Yeah, you saw she kind of checked from behind the angle on the 4 or above it or in the center. Good thing about the center of the table, you can handle a lot of angles and still get across for the 6. Play from behind, and sometimes that's the right play, but you can't handle but just a few angles. Where the slick table will kind of fool you. She put a little check English, but there's that forward momentum on the cue ball. It just doesn't want to bite on the slick table. Now, touchy safety. Could go for a cross corner bank, but that's pretty low percentage. Trying to use the 9. Didn't get the snooker. Amy does have an angle to come across.
Look at that.
Big fluke.
She'll take it, though.
Yeah, she's a little funny here. It does roll in the side pretty easily, but you can't put much speed on that, so getting out for the 9. So do you want to take a tougher shot on the 7, or do you want to take the tougher shot on the 9? That's the question. So the tougher shot on the 7 would be to play it in the corner. And to me, I don't know about you, Jason, you've been watching as well with Amy. First time, I feel like when she got down, she kind of rushed it a little bit. Didn't take as many kind of like pre-strokes as she's been taking. Of course, first time seeing her play this week, so hard to say.
You're talking about just here in this last rack?
No, and just today, seeing her
Okay.
play these matches here today. All right, thin one. Oh, beauty.
Nice cut there by Kindra. A chance to retake a 2-game lead here if she can pocket this 9. And the 9-ball falls. And Kindra now leads by 2 games. She'll have the break when we return in just a moment.
This one is using actually 10 balls. So what exactly is a tangent? There's, in my opinion, 3 types of bridge: the closed bridge, the open bridge, and the rail bridge. We're gonna start with the closed bridge. Now if you practice this, it's really gonna help you to go from a 2 to a 3. In this episode today, we're gonna cover how to go from a 3 to a 4. Let's get into it. The more you're gonna do it, see, as you can see, I touch sometimes a little bit of it. And 8, right? So to technically have 8 zone for 10 balls, so you have a little bit of room to spare. I really hope this was useful, and I cannot wait to see you for another video. Later, everybody.
And welcome back to continuing coverage of the 2024 U.S. Amateur Championship from Orlando, Florida. Kindra Prestegard at the table, leading 5-3 in this race to 9. 4-ball falls on the break. Kindra now 4 points away from victory. 4 games, I should say. Amy pockets the 1 in the corner.
Yeah, she's perfect here, really. Just going to stop the ball there, have a little angle to come up for the 5. 6, 7's right here together. 8's very available up the table. Well, she's going to get quite a bit thin here. Thought she may hold that ball with a little English. Now, I don't know, coming backwards, the cue ball's going to have a lot of speed. May just go 1 rail and bump the 5. Yeah, I don't think she misses the 3 coming back with the cue ball, but I think the cue ball could get a little distance away from the 5. And if you try to hold it, it does become missable because it's kind of an in-between stroke. I think that's smart. Just take what you can get right there. You're always going to be in close quarters with the 5. Yeah, the slick table's gotten her a few times. Great shot. Needs a bounce, though. Looks like she's going to attack on the bank. Pretty easy safety here. Just land the cue ball behind the 9. She hit it sweet. I thought she did. There's that pocket.
The X pocket strikes again.
Yeah. Good old pocket X. It's been crazy, right? It's usually like a numbered ball we always talk about. Oh, the 7's been the one that's been hard to get down or whatever, but it's really been that pocket. And I think Amy was really happy the way she hit it. She kind of had a little strut going on like she had made it, but now for a 3-game lead, the first one of the match, I believe.
Mm-hmm. Kindra pockets the 9, takes a 6-3 lead, and she will have the break when we return again in just a few moments.
I can't believe it. You did it. We're going to Vegas. Oh my.
And we're back at the Hyatt Regency Orlando, home of this year's U.S. Amateur Championship. This is the final match in the women's division. Kindra again pockets the 4 on the break. Now with a 3-game lead. Just 3 games to go for her at least in this race to 9.
Yeah, the roles are reversed score-wise. 6-3, and Kindra needs 3, and Amy needs 6 to get that title.
Got a lot of action still to come here at the U.S. Amateur Championship in the Open Division the next couple of days. Make sure you follow us here on our Facebook page or subscribe to our YouTube channel. Better yet, do both of those things and you won't miss any of that action. Plus, we do a lot of fun stuff like instruction from Double J, Jeremy Jones. Fantastic stuff there if you're looking to up your game a little bit.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun doing those. It's a little easier than I thought it'd be, to be honest with you.
The hardest part's just getting you to St. Louis.
Yeah, right. I thought it'd be a million takes on all those things. They went pretty smooth. Of course, easy working with good people. All right, funny little shot with the 8-9 there coming across. She's got to ease it. It's going to be too much speed. That's what I was worried about. Yeah, and I think she can jump the ball, but too much of a stretch to do so. Well, this would be a commanding lead in the race to 9 if Kindra happened to get this game at 7-3. Kind of felt like it was a pretty close to a dead heat between these two in the 9 ball. Thought Amy would have a little of the advantage in the 8 ball, but beautiful hit here. Really good. Not giving up ball in hand. Crucial, really, at down 6-3. Wonder if she's going to attack here. Boy, this is some shot to try and get position on the 7, let alone just pocket the 6. Maybe gotten a roll here. Maybe. I think so. Maybe not. It's close. Obviously not much to jump if the jump is needed. Kick shot off the short cushion, pretty easy to contain, and maybe knock the 6 down table while keeping the cue ball on this end. Now watch out on the slick table. Easy to scratch on this kick if you put too much speed. Yeah, just like there. Good control though. Yeah, I'm sitting right on the angle she has here, and it's an awkward one. I mean, she could hold the ball and take a thin cut. I'd probably draw this, trying to get to the other side of the 7, maybe bumping the 7. Only because of where the 8's at. If the 8's in a little easier position, I don't mind being thin on the 7, but otherwise I'd probably try and get a little easier on it. Yeah, I like that choice. I mean, you're gambling a little bit, but I think it makes sense to gamble there. And the reward is really nice. Now things are pretty routine. Real natural here. Just come up the side cushion. Got tons of space. Don't overhit it. I think a high ball's okay. So going into this 9 ball, part of the session, Kindra was up 4-2. Amy won the first, and now looking to win 3 in a row. To go up 7-3. And the reason why she's looking at this so much is it can kind of be odd if you have a hair of an angle and you miss the pocket a little bit. Like you make it, but you miss the pocket where you want to hit. You could end up on top of the 9. That's why she went in and drew by it. Pretty smart. That kind of puts it in your own hands rather than something funny happening.
Nine ball falls, rattles a little bit, but falls. Kindra now with a commanding 7-3 lead. Going to be tough to overcome. We'll see if Amy can do it when we return after a brief message from our sponsors. And welcome back to continuing coverage of the U.S. Amateur Championship from Orlando, Florida. Nice look at the tournament room here. Kindra Prestegard with the lead. (7-3). Is 2 games away now from victory, Jeremy. It's an uphill battle for Amy.
Yeah, and she's breaking the balls real well, too. Playing a slight cut break. Oh, took a little speed off that one.
Nothing down there.
Had much more speed on the last and the corner ball, really. She's made it every time, I think, besides this break. Yeah, well, as a pool player, I mean, you always feel like you have a chance, but you really feel like you have a chance still if you can keep your opponent off the hill. When they need 2 games, you're still very alive and kicking. Now she's got to play some of her best pool probably to make this comeback, but it's definitely possible. Just crossing this over a little bit, subtly. I don't think we've seen Amy use the jump cue yet, have we? Don't recall
Not
it.
that I recall, no. That'll be a ball in hand foul to Kindra.
Yeah, you'd like to. Trying to think of that 5-9 kind of situation on the side rail. 1-2 possibly. Shoot the 3 and open those balls up with the 4 there. It's a thought. Could bank the 5, cross side here in a few shots. Could get on the 4 to tear open the 5 too. It sits in a pretty nice place. If you just go forward 2 rails, play the 4 in the pocket where she's standing, just get a little cut angle on it, and you'll go naturally into the 5. She's overhit this. It's going to be a little much to have that angle. But if she had just laid on the side rail a little bit below the 4, I think she goes naturally into the 5. Again, could play for the bank. I think she's contemplating maybe safety here. Great shot. Really good. She's feeling it right now, Jason.
Mm-hmm.
Going with the gut. Exactly what you should do. All right, she can cheat this to get out. All she needs is the center of the table. You don't really need to go down by the 7. Guess it's a little on the point, but you should be able to cheat it. She's going forward. You got to be smooth with this. Yeah, it doesn't travel much on that fuller hit on the slick table. You learn in time to draw that ball a lot of times. Just you get more action mainly. Really one nice smooth shot here on the 7 though. Really good. Really good.
Well, we talked about her hitting another gear. We may be seeing it now, Jeremy.
Yeah, again, right here, you want to draw all the way back, but don't feel like you just got to get all of it. Somewhere where the cue ball's at now, and anything past is good enough. Just like we tell the pros sometimes, you got to remind yourself how good you are and what you can handle. Oh, really good.
Pockets this 9 ball, and she will be on the hill.
It wasn't a break and run, but a nice safety. Got that ball in hand, and then a nice clearance behind it.
Just like that, Kindra Prestegard 1 game away from being the 2024 U.S. Amateur Champion. We'll see if she can get it done when we come back after the break. All right, welcome back to the Hyatt Regency in Orlando. Continuing coverage of the U.S. Amateur Championship Women's Division. Championship final here. Kindra Prestegard at the table. She is on the hill, leading 8-3. Needs one more rack for the victory. Keep an eye on the 9 ball, see if she can get it moving. Put it away in style. No movement on the 9 ball, and nothing falls. So Amy's not done yet.
No.
Just gonna have to dig out of a hole, see if she can do it. It all starts with that 1 ball.
Yeah, and of course she's a smart player, but she's always going to play smart. That's just probably ingrained in Amy. But she's got to just, don't be fearful, right? Get the arm going and see what you can do.
She plays a little safety there to get started. Said, I'm not going to make it easy.
All right, she's trying to pocket this in the side, come down for the 2 ball. Pretty close.
Yep.
think she can get at this. The 1-7's really tough because the 4's there. The cue ball's going the wrong direction away from the 1 if she pockets the 7. Have to hit it really easy or with a lot of speed, actually, one of the two. She may have fluked the 1. No position on the 2, but still at the table.
Amy Theriault back to the table. Pockets the 2 in that top corner that's given so many of them trouble today.
Yeah, she is super solid from distance, I'll tell you. Just swings with a lot of confidence. A little funny here, trying to maneuver between some traffic, that being the 6, 7, 8. She's got a little angle here. I think just a high ball she misses. Oh, she caught the 7. Maybe caught the 4 a little thin to the pocket. That may have been what kind of changed the cue ball path that she imagined. All right, cueing down here. All right, so here you have it. I think the 6 does go by the 8, so if she can ease this 5 in, it's there.
We get the overhead shot on this. There we go.
She's got a shot, but gaining position on the 6 is going to be difficult. That's how difficult position was. She didn't even attack on the 5. That's a smart player, though, you know, up 8-3, right? Looks like you have a lot of room to toy with and maybe take a little bit of a gamble on a shot. But the smart player says, oh, Amy's the one who's got to gamble, not me.
Mm-hmm.
Great hit. All right, it's there again. It's a bit more touchy than the last time she really had a chance. But she can cut the 5 in and come 2 cushions for the 6. little tougher shot, but also speed control really crucial with the 8 and 9 being there. I think naturally it comes out of the lower right corner, 2 cushions into position up the table. Oh, that's good. Is the speed good? It looks a little heavy. Just a touch. Is going with the jump cue maybe? Go for the win. Got to get this one, of course, up quickly, but also down quickly. She's going to go with more of a dart kind of technique.
Goes into the 8 ball, so that's a ball in hand foul to Amy. Chance for her to extend this match. 1 rack at a time if you're Amy. 1 ball at a time, 1 rack at a time.
That's right. I was going to say, just kind of let up on it a little bit.
That might be it there, Jeremy. 2 balls remain for Kindra Prestegard.
And it's real natural. Just a little high English. Go to the rail and back up. I think there's enough angle there. Looks like there's enough angle. Could end up on top of the 9, but I think she's okay.
Well,
looks like she's going to lay on the 9 maybe. Amy thought it was over. She had the glove off. Put the glove back on. Look at that little double kiss withdrawal, trying to get the cue ball back over. Pretty crafty. Cue ball. Watch out, cue ball. Boy.
little added drama late in the match here. This final, potentially final 9 ball.
I'll tell you what, I know she's left a shot, but a lot of merit in what she tried there to at least get the 9 out in space and leave the cue ball very long.
Well, Amy will take it. Little fluke 9 in the corner extends this match. Amy pulls within 4 racks of Kindra, and she will have the break when we return in just a moment. See if Jonathan can make some magic happen somehow.
She made it. She made it, and there's an unbelievable chance here for a team that was downhill 0. Never over till it's over, people.
True.
What a comeback by these two. Holy moly, people.
Welcome back to our coverage of the U.S. Amateur Championship from Orlando, Florida. Amy Theriault now trails by just 4 games. She has the break here.
Yeah, great break off. The one's going to end up in that similar spot she had before. Probably plays the safety behind the 6-7 here, bringing the one back down a little bit. It's got to go. Talked about that same shot yesterday. It's easy to underhit it, it seems like. Pros do that sometimes as well. Good touch there, cutting off the rail, I think anyways, at least the natural. Just going to have to spin it to get at that ball. And a lot of times you can't put much speed when you need spin, because you need the spin to kind of have time to take. Easy to scratch off this too as well.
Ball in hand foul there. What do you think, Jeremy? 2-9 combo?
No. I fancy her chances of running out, though. I mean, she shoots this first shot and gets on the 3, not too straight or anything. I do like her chances. That's okay. I love following the ball with ball in hand. I might play it in that other side pocket, the right side pocket, if you're looking at the screen now, and go forward to the right side rail. But regardless, I do like going forward with the cue ball when you can with ball in hand. This is what I was talking about, though. If she gets kind of straight, that could really kind of hamper the run out. And that's what's happened here. She's gotten a little straight. It's all right, though. She can draw back, take the 5 in the side. 6-7 up the table, you can see. 8 and 9 in a very good place. So really about these 2 shots here. Oh, she's going to cheat it. Wow. Hard to get this ball there going forward. Boy, what a good stroke, though. And she had a bit more angle than we thought, and no better position than this, Jason. Really good. It's got a little angle going away. I don't know if top English is really what she wants. I don't know on the slick table. I don't know if she can go one rail and really get to where she just pointed the cue stick. She may have to come 2 cushions off this ball. Shouldn't be a problem, really, as long as she just kind of commits to it. But if she goes forward with a high ball, you'll see the cue ball kind of open up off that cushion and kind of come left a little bit if you're on the camera angle we're on now. Let's see here. Yeah, she's going with a high ball, so the more speed she hits it, she's putting a little right English, but that really isn't going to help it a whole lot. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. See how the cue ball dives this way? Now the 8 does pass the 9. And that just comes in time, understanding how the slick table kind of reacts compared to the outer tables or maybe your club table. So no scratch here for the 8 in the lower right. Just got to pocket the ball. Really good.
Finishing strong here, Jeremy.
Yeah, just a beautiful shot there to recover.
Final 9 ball here.
Yeah, hats off to Amy. What a match and tournament she's played. Just Kindra was a bit better.
And there it is, folks. The 2024 Women's U.S. Amateur Champion, Kindra Prestegard. Getting lots of hugs from her supporters here in the crowd. What a great feeling that must be. What a match. Now there you have it, folks. Kindra is your 2024 Women's U.S. Amateur Champion. Congratulations to her. Congratulations to Amy as our runner-up. Great tournament for both ladies. But at the end of the day, Kindra's name forever etched in U.S. Amateur Championship history.
Yeah, absolutely. She deserved the win there in the final. She played great. She seemed like she got stronger as every game went and just showed a lot of class. And hopefully Amy now, she's got another runner-up on there, but hopefully she keeps at it. She'll get that title.
Absolutely. So it's been fun, folks. The good news is we have still plenty of coverage from this year's U.S. Amateur Championship Open Division all day tomorrow, all day Saturday, so make sure you come back and join us. Until then, we're going to say goodbye for just a little while. Thanks for tuning in.